Hello and welcome to another edition of Archeryshack Shop Talk. I'm Jeremy.
I'm TJ.
We're on number 50. 2 more weeks. We got a big thing happening, y'all.
Yep.
2 more weeks, August 22nd. Now, you could be listening to this much after this, but if you're watching, before August 22nd, 2020, we're doing a big giveaway that night. It'll be a live feed at 6 p.m. We're giving away a recurve bow, a home tuning pack, and a set of strings, and we may have more stuff to give away by then, but that's what I know we're giving away. So tune in. It'll be live on YouTube. Can't wait to see y'all.
Yep.
Chat with you. We right in the middle of the busy season. Got all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh, man.
Glad y'all tuned in. Hopefully y'all have got your bows out, been shooting them, been watching the ranch fairy. Maybe not. But anyway, hopefully everybody's getting prepared for the season. How many people are using the saddle to hunt, the tree saddle to hunt this year? Let me know in the comments, because we, at some point, hopefully coming up in the near future, have Mr. Stanley, who watches us, coming to demo a tree saddle, and we're going to probably do it on like a Tech Thursday live feed out there, and hope he don't fall out of the tree. But making sure I hit record. Yeah, I did. Okay. Hopefully he don't fall out of a tree, but it'll be neat. It'll be real neat to see.
It'll be neat.
And to document and all that stuff. So let me know if you hunting out of a tree saddle this year, because there's a lot of people are talking about them. And, and which brand, because it seems like there's 3 or 4 big brands. I'd be curious to know which one, but let us know. They seem super safe and stout. It's just a whole different
ball game. Yeah.
Another cool thing, we may be recording first of all, this coming weekend, we got Muddy Ducks coming to visit us from North Carolina, and we may try to sweet talk them into being on the podcast with us for the next one for 51. So that'll be cool. Y'all get to meet her.
Yep.
And she can talk about, y'all heard me talk about it. It's even in the description, but she does those tumblers with all the dye and stuff and makes them look badass. So maybe she can talk about that and some North Carolina hunting stuff. But
yeah.
They are coming to visit us. We may have to put them to work. If it was like last weekend, we will put them to work definitely.
Yeah.
But so that'll be cool. And speaking of that, if anybody else watches, and wants to come visit or even possibly be on here, just shoot us an email to archeryshack@gmail.com and say, hey, I'd like to be on the podcast. Can I come down there?
Yeah.
And we'll make something happen. Also, hopefully coming up soon, we'll try to get more. My big thing, we've done a couple. Had guests, but had them on like Skype, and I like it, but I don't like it because the audio we can't really control on their end, so it can sound like crap.
Yeah.
But for one, if anybody knows a great way to do the audio, let me know, and I'll be happy to play with it. I've tried a few things, and it's still not quite where I want it, which is why we hadn't had that many on in a while. As far as not, if they're here, it's fine. We got plenty of microphones. It's just if we have to like Skype them, because it just sounds bad.
We still need to get our buddy Randy Ireland from Obsession TV on here.
We need to get several people on here. But if we can figure out the Skype thing, we could definitely reach out to people that's not local, sort of local.
Yeah.
But hopefully going forward we can do that, and we've been kind of looking at what to change and all that coming up for the next year. Right now is the hardest time to do these podcasts, because most of the time it's an edited thing, so we're already kind of behind. The bows is what we want to focus on.
Yeah.
But thanks to y'all, we've got a lot of local people come in and said, hey, I found y'all on YouTube and I didn't even know y'all existed or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to happen. And not only local people, but we've had people call and send in bows and all this stuff. So thank y'all very much. So we definitely want to keep podcasting. I like the live feed part of the podcast, but again, the quality's not as good and all that stuff. So I don't know. For the time being, we'll probably just keep it recording it, but then I have to do all the editing and crap, which don't take that long. But just this time of the year is the roughest, because we're trying to get bows cranked out.
And we sure don't need to put an unedited version out there.
No, people would never call me again.
I know.
But anyway, so that's sort of our near future plan, is to kind of keep the Thursday night live feed. I will be glad when it slows down a little bit, because I know like a couple Thursdays we've had, I just wanted to get on there and say hey for a minute, because there's so much stuff to do. I don't want to try to video it and it take 3 hours to do something that should take 30 minutes. But hopefully once it slows down, it won't be that much longer. It'll start slowing down a little bit to where we can say, all right, we got this one bow we can take our time and do a live feed on, and we can get back to our Sunday videos of tuning and reviews and us shooting. This year, because of the COVID, the shooting's been out the window. We really hadn't been to but a couple, and that was back in like first part of the year, so that sucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year everything's back to normal.
Yeah. Go to TAC again, Total Archery Challenge again.
All that. The Reinhardt happened this year,
yeah,
but we didn't get to go. I guess we need to get all that. Now that we've hadn't been able to shoot because of the COVID stuff, I'm ready to go to anything. I don't care if it's ASA, Reinhardt, TAC. I'm just ready to shoot.
Yeah, I know. I agree. The only thing I wish is I kind of wish they would go ahead and put out a schedule kind of about
sooner, yeah.
Put out a schedule sooner than January, because it's normally January before anybody puts a schedule out. And I know ASA, they put theirs out. They'll probably release theirs at the
Classic.
Classic. Thank you.
Hey, speaking of that, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago on the live thing. PSE's coming out with something.
Yeah.
All they did was post like a few pictures of the bow, kinda, not really,
and just put 360 FPS
on our chronograph. Yeah. So
we'll be interested to see what that is.
If anybody knows anything, y'all let us know.
That's right.
We don't know I don't know what's going to happen as far as bow releases. Like, are most of these companies going to push back to the ATA? Is there going to be an ATA show? I don't know what's going to happen. I really do not see Bear, for example, pushing back to the ATA, because
I don't either.
Them and PSC is going to dump some stuff when it comes to be about October 1st. So we'll see.
Well, I'm probably with most archers out there, or at least archery shops. Let's put it that way. Wait till January to release the bows. That way you've got 6 months to produce them, have them ready to go. You start dropping bows in October, November, December.
Well, we've talked about this. Our season starts September 15th. 15 days later, they're coming out with 2021 bows, and it's like people are coming in like, hell, I thought I had the new bow, and we're like, well,
they just released it.
And then they'll send us like a 5-bow preview pack, but then they're like, hell, it might be 3 months before you get any more of them, and we're like, well, good.
Why release it?
Yeah, have some ready to go. But that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, mine too. And most companies, some of these companies already got them produced, and they can ship out they may have 250 bows produced, and they'll ship them 250 out, and everybody's like, yeah, man, they got them in stock, or we put in an order or something like that, and they're like, well, you're about a month, and then a month turns into 2 months.
Yeah, we've had that happen quite a few times, and really not with just one company.
No.
Several. And this year the COVID's kind of played with stuff, but I don't know.
I wonder if that's going to be a Dudley bow that PSE's bringing out.
Maybe, because he's had time to work with them.
Yeah, I wonder if it is a Dudley bow.
I will. If it's not, I'll definitely be curious to see at ATA time.
Yeah.
I really hope by ATA time all this is blown over so we can go do our usual.
Yeah.
And we actually, one of our best viewed videos was one of those ATA videos that we did from the apartment or whatever house we rented or whatever, and that was a neat trip because it was different than normal. Airbnb's the big thing, so we rented a house right down the road. We could Uber over there for a couple bucks, and we'll probably do something similar again.
Mm-hmm.
But I've already had people. Y'all, can y'all take me? But we can't because we only get a couple passes, and you got to. It's like a professional membership fee you have to pay. It's a good little chunk, and then I don't know. I don't think people understand how that works. It's meant for for shops to go look at stuff and order stuff and
Mm-hmm.
buy stuff, and and even then, they don't bring product to the show to buy it. You order it, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And they may sell some demo stuff occasionally, a few people, but it's not. People just have it all crazy in their heads. It's not like we're at the flea market buying up stuff.
No,
It's like we're ordering stuff for the whole year, get a small discount for doing it there, and it's fun. I mean, I try to not think of it as a complete business trip because we have fun, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm like, we need to get our stuff kind of straight here so that we, like Black Eagle, for example, 90% of the arrows we get from them are ordered in January, and we just
Yeah.
have to look at the last year and say, well, remember in October we ran out of this last year, so we need to bump that up, and then we didn't sell these, so we've done pretty good this year about guesstimating it, so we'll have to look back, but we look back at other orders from last year and flip-flop stuff around, and
Mm-hmm. And it's so weird though. Even though we go back and look at our numbers from year to year when we're at the ATA show, it changes from year to year on what sells. I mean, like spot hogs.
mhm.
The first year that we started carrying spot hogs, we put what, 2 in here, and then we thought we was never going to be able to sell them 2.
Mhm.
And then a year later, we're like, well, we're only going to stock 1 of each this time, a Fast Eddie and a Fast Eddie XL. Well, last year we sold out, and we're like, oh, and everybody kept coming in and asking for them. So this year we bumped our orders up on them, and we've done good with them.
Yeah, and like I don't know, it's just this year is like, and we've seen it coming, but it's heavy arrow year. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like everybody's wanting the heavy stuff, and I actually procrastinated too long. I should have been deep into heavy arrow stuff last year, but we've built some nice heavy arrow setups this year.
Yeah.
And this year I hadn't done a great job about posting stuff online for one reason or another, but mainly because we've been busy. So I need to work on that. But like, we've done pretty good. Like, we under ordered our targets last year. This year I think we're almost right on point. Minus we ran out of bag targets already. And then broadheads we've done good on. One year I over ordered broadheads and people didn't like a lot of them, and certain ones we ran out of, certain ones people couldn't give them away, and so anyway, like you say, every year's different. It's hard. It's like the Ranch Fairy. Who would have known he was going to throw out a podcast and everybody's going to go crazy about heavy arrows? You know what I mean? Like, you just got to kind of, the best you can, play the win. But
that's right.
Overall, I've been happy. Our Trophy Ridge stuff is done nice.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an argument about Trophy Ridge. A lot of big box stores sell it and all that, and that's fine. But most of it, for the money, is good. You know what I mean? And then once you get up into higher end site, you start looking at Spot Hog, which we've done real well with.
Yeah, XLs,
Yeah.
CBEs.
Black Eagle's always done good for us.
Yeah.
Can't complain a bit about Black Eagle. Almost ordered a bunch of Victory arrows for this year, and I was kind of on the fence, so I didn't do it. But I ain't saying we wouldn't have sold them, but I hadn't really had anybody ask about them.
Yeah.
And that's, we start hearing people say, hey, so, a certain product, we hear it 3 or 4 or 5 times. It's like, all right, this is obviously they're advertising or they're doing something. We need to have it in here. But
Yeah.
bear, one thing I guess I learned this year on the bear bows was we completely ran out of the species, and I thought that the Paradox would have outsold the species, and the species were gone like
Quick.
boom. Yeah, I mean gone. So I guess we learned a little lesson on how to tinker with our order for that next year.
Yeah.
I still think the bear crossbows for the money are going to be the hardest thing to beat. For the Intense crossbow, 400 feet per second is small. It looks good. It comes with everything. It's just hard. It's hard to beat that.
What is it? 14 inches. It's 14 inches uncocked and 10 inches uncocked. I think that's right.
Yeah, 10 inches cocked. Anyway, we're always open to suggestions of things you think we should stock.
The biggest thing, and this has always got us every year, is broadheads, because we have our old tried and true that we've shot, the Grim Reapers. You got to have rage in there because everybody shoots a rage, But, you know, as far as like a fixed blade, or I know a lot of people are going to single bevels now, especially with this heavy air build stuff. But broadheads is something that there's always, you know, we can see them at the show and look at them and everything. Okay, we're going to get some of these. And then all of a sudden, the brand that we thought would never sell is the hottest thing on the market, and we don't have any.
I'll tell you what I'm going to try this year, and I've been telling people about them. I like the look of them, and it's those sick broadheads, SIK. Look them up on the internet if you're not local, but if you're local, come check them out. We got a couple models, but they got some nice looking stuff.
They do.
They're in the conglomerate with Bear and Trophy Ridge and all them, but it's a nice looking broadhead. I'm going to try them out on old deer this year.
Oh, yeah.
I think I hadn't set up a hunting bow yet, but I think here's what I'm going to do. We talked about this a little bit. I'm going to go CT. I'm going to go Black 3, Spot Hog Fast Eddie, Vapor Trail Gen 7X, Black Eagle Rampage, and I'm going to put the Axis brass internal hit insert in it. I don't know. I'm going to play with tip weight. I'm going to say that. I don't know if I'm going to go heavy tip, but I know that I forget what that brass insert weighs, but it's going to give me a little play. So I'm going to bump up probably to a 300 spine, maybe a 250 spine. Probably run a Conquest bar and probably one of those Conquest Talon quivers like you got.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see how that works. But I feel like that's going to be a solid setup.
I hadn't even put that thing on the bow yet. I need to.
I got to get us some more. But
yeah,
in the quiver world, we sell a lot of the hex light quivers, and it's the one with the green light that shines. You can turn it on, it shines on the arrow, and then there's one that shines out of the top of the quiver, so when you're toting your bow in, you can kind of see if you need to. I really like that. We both used them last year.
Yeah.
We both tested them. They tried and they worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and TJ test a lot of stuff to make sure before we say, hey, this is the one to go with. We don't want to tell you something's great and it sucks. You know what I mean?
I hate that.
I don't want to, I don't want to go into a store and they say, hey, this is great, and me get it and it sucks. So
yeah,
as best we can, we change around and test all kind of stuff. But those Talon quivers from Conquest Archery are neat. What else? The Conquest bars are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Conquest Black Eagle, same company. They're out of Georgia. So good people, good product. But anyway, that's sort of my hunting setup in my head. We're waiting on more Gen 7X rests.
I know I need to get one on mine. I'm running the original limb driver, and I got it. We were in a pinch because we was getting ready. Like I said, we were going to tack Total Archer Challenge. I was like, well, I'm just going to get this one put on here. And before hunting season, I said, I'll just get a Gen 7X, not knowing that the COVID was going to kind of throw a monkey wrench in everything. And I still hadn't got it on the bow, and it's getting crunch time for me anyway, because our crunch time is going to be like 2 days before. We're going to be out here at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning trying to work on our own stuff and try to get in the woods opening morning or opening evening.
I don't know. Well, this year it's so hot and I'm getting so fat, I may just let it cool off. I may wait a week or two after opening day, ease on in there real nice, a little cooler, don't have to be naked or nothing. Last year I was like, TJ, it's too hot. You're gonna have to paint some camo on me. I'm gonna be butt naked. And he's like, hell, I ain't doing that. So hell, I didn't even get to go hunting. Nah, but
shoot, I hunted more. I got to hunt more last year than I have in the last few years. But it wasn't just because of, here in the shop and everything. My little boy will be 5 in October, so I had a couple weeks there with him being born and everything, and then I didn't hunt. And normally, pretty much with me, the way my spot sets up is when the time changes back in November, I only get to hunt in the evening because I've run trail cameras in there for years now, and all the deer that are on our little property, pretty much when time changes back, they're where I hunt at before daylight, and I can't get to my stand without spooking them.
Mm.
So pretty much after time changes back, unless it's a Sunday or a Monday, if I'm not in here, then that's the only couple days I get to get in the evening hunt.
We really need to do it now, and I don't see how that's going to happen. But I got 2 or 3 people that said, hey, if y'all boys want to come slaughter a hog with a bow, come on. And I was like, man, that'd be a nice video.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of our usual 3D stuff, we could have it. And that would be neat to do. Maybe we can get together and do that. We could probably go slay a few pigs. There's pigs around here, hogs like crazy. But
yeah, there's one dead over here on the road when we was coming in this morning.
But that'd be a neat video. I need to look into how YouTube, will they let me post that? I mean, I know there's other hunting stuff on there, but I think you got to be careful about what you show is, I think, the deal.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you could probably show the kill shot.
But we might look into that for y'all.
Yep.
I think it'd be something different, something neat. But that'd be wild. I can't believe this is the 50th podcast we've done.
It don't seem like it, though. I mean,
it's. We've had a few times where there's stuff going on, and we're like, "Crap!" We had to go live a few times for a podcast, and had to make up some, and here and there and yonder. But it's been pretty neat. It ultimately did what we wanted it to do, and that was, like I say, I've said before, we've had even local people come in and say, "I never knew about y'all. I was on YouTube, and y'all popped up." And I was like, "You know, we didn't know y'all existed." So
yeah,
that is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But. The deer season's right on us. I can't wait for it to cool off. I know we still got a little while, but man, it's been hot, it's been humid. I don't look forward to trying to hunt in any of this stuff.
I don't see how the boys in the lower part of South Carolina are going to do it starting.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, next week
or this week, whatever. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I'll be glad when it cools off. I know a few people's asked. We still don't have any sort of shoot planned. I don't think we're going to be able to do it, just to be completely honest with you. We'd have to kill 2 or 3 days to get ready for a shoot, and that would put us a lot more behind than 40 or 50 bows waiting. So I'd rather not have a shoot and a few people be like, well, than have like 30 people mad because we didn't get a bow ready in time. So
yeah.
We will try to plan better in the future. We'll probably still have something. We have that zombie shoot, we call it, in October. We may try to still do all that, but I don't think we're going to be able to do one before hunting season starts, just to be quite honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we don't do our normal, what we call our classic, we definitely got to do the zombie shoot, because I know a lot of people love that shoot, the way we set it up, and then it, because it does start getting darker a little bit earlier. A little bit cooler. I can
already tell now the sun's not quite coming up as soon, and it's, I can already tell it's starting to happen, so it won't be long, and we really tell it. But
yeah,
we mentioned this before. There's about 6 or 7 of us here that make this whole thing work, but we hired TJ's brother. I think you ought to call. He's back there making strings right now. I think you ought to call him up here and let him greet the people. Give him a holler.
Hey, Bubba. Come up here.
Oh, Bubba. Y'all about to meet TJ's brother.
Yep.
This is Matthew.
Yep. Or Bubba, as he's known in the shop.
What's up, y'all?
He is our newest string man.
Mm-hmm.
We're glad to have him.
Yeah.
We might have to get him on a full-blown podcast soon with a microphone, but we figured y'all needed to see him.
How y'all doing? Hope y'all have a good day.
Tell him hey in the comments.
Yep.
And here in the next couple of weeks, we'll get him on a podcast. And he's left-handed, so we got somebody left-handed in the shop. We got a lot of lefties that come in and get mad because we don't have left-handed stuff, so he can talk about it. But
yep.
if you come in,
all right, you can go back to work now.
TJ's cracking the whip.
That's a big brother for you.
But TJ did shoot. We'll talk about this when he comes on the podcast, but TJ did shoot him in the leg with a BB gun as a child, and it still exists in his leg.
Yeah. Well, that's been a long time ago.
He's back there talking something. But anyway, Matt has he's learned some stuff quick.
Yeah, he's really surprised me, because
we were like, I mean, just normal talk. Me and TJ, we were like, we're gonna have to have some more people to help us.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think my brother might be interested. So he come and he was a quick learner. He came a couple days to kind of watch and see 2 months ago, whatever it's been now, and boom, he's figured it out. So
Yeah.
he is the man.
Yep.
But
If we get too many more bows in, we're going to have to hire a few more people.
yeah, we might need to put out a post. We need a half dozen people for 2 months.
No, that's not official. So
I said something. This has been early in the podcast, or days, something about needing string help. And about 20 people emailed me, and I was like, whoa. I was just kind of talking.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Getting there. And it's crazy because, about October 1st, it'll just not completely die, but it'll be like a huge drop off, and we'll be back to our normal, a couple bows a week, our normal 40 or 50 string, 60, whatever a week we do,
Yeah.
not a day. So
I got here this morning, got on the computer.
I told you yesterday, I said, I think we might as well just sit up at the counter because it's
Yeah,
going to be
you did, and at least I was able to get through by the time we knocked off today. Most of the online orders are done.
It's
from
one
this
of those,
morning.
I wish it don't really work this way, but I almost wish like July 15th hits and we could just not do any online stuff, focus on local people for July 15th till about September 15th and then turn it back on, but it don't really work that way.
No, it don't.
So we just do what we can do, but
Yeah.
it's wild. It's wild. But anyway, so we wide open. This is podcast 50. 2 more weeks we'll have our big, on that Saturday night, have our big giveaway thing. We still hadn't figured out
How we're going to draw.
We hadn't really even talked about it, but
No,
we got to figure out how to draw for everything because I don't know if our normal number thing will work that night. But we'll get it figured out by then. And like I say, by then we may have more stuff thrown in to give away. So, and maybe some little stuff. You know what I mean? We may do the 3 main things and then have some smaller stuff. So definitely check it out.
The only way I can see the number thing working is they're going to have to email us. We're going to have to say, okay, you've got to email either me or Jeremy one by a certain date with a number, and then that way we can put it in random.org, but that's still...
I need to look on our next live feed and see is there just a list of names that are on the feed, because we might could copy and paste that to a random draw
Yeah.
and just be like, so-and-so you've won. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure out something. Worst case, we will do the numbers and have Muddy Ducks help us big time.
Oh,
But,
yeah. I guess we need to run that by her next week. That way we don't get in trouble.
Yeah. She'll hopefully be on our next podcast unless they have to leave early or whatever. And I've been putting in the description, check out her Facebook page because she makes some nice tumblers that have that epoxy coating with the different stuff on there. So holler at her. She can make you a nice tumbler or for your business or whatever you need. But they're pretty fancy.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess we'll get off here. Thank y'all for watching. Tune in with her next week, and then the next week will be the big giveaway. So
that's it.
We'll see y'all then. If you need anything, holler at us.
Yep.
Be safe.
See y'all.